It's hard to believe that The Walking Dead will be leaving us after more than a decade. We've seen our favorite characters evolve and perish through all these years, but how do the actors themselves feel about the end of an era? Learn what made the final season special for Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Phenomenal.
Why Melissa McBride is not sad about the show's ending, and find out whether Norman Reedus persuaded Andrew Lincoln to return for The Walking Dead's final season. Norman Reedus as Daryl. Incredibly, Norman and Melissa McBride are the only remaining cast members since season 1. It's even more amazing knowing that the character of Daryl wasn't even part of Robert Kirkman's original comic book series. After Reedus' epic audition, the future fan favorite was created specifically for the show. From the outset, the actor's intention was to play Daryl as someone who was deserving of affection in spite of his difficult past. Back in 2011, Reedus explained that he tried to play Daryl as sort of like a scared wet animal in an alley, but he never expected the show would last for so long and become such a huge part of his life. Norman revealed that he enjoyed growing and evolving together with Daryl. "You've seen this guy mature and become responsible," he shared. "And you see the grays in my chin? They've slowly come out of my face. I walk differently. I talk differently now." And Daryl and Norman have one more thing in common. Crossbows. It seems like over the past decade plus, Reedus took home some props from the show set.
I mean, I've taken a bunch of crossbows already. I think I have like 9 crossbows, and I think it's a felony to own one.
No wonder that now, when The Walking Dead is coming to an end, Norman has a weird feeling about it. "It's kinda surreal," he shared. "It doesn't feel like it's really happening, although I know it's happening." By the way, he was the first cast member to learn the show was coming to an end. Reedus revealed that he was sitting in the backyard under an orange tree with his daughter, peeling an orange, when he got that call. Of course, he was instructed to not tell anyone else about the sad news, but that didn't last long. He immediately called his on-screen and off-screen friend Melissa McBride.
"Should we have matching bracelets now?"
Oh my God, forget it.
Fortunately, the blow was softened for these two, as a spin-off is currently in development, and it's centered on Daryl and Carol. As you might remember, a spin-off movie about Rick Grimes is planned too. We'll tell you all the news about that later on. But right now, let's talk about the character whose comeback and intentions will be a huge driving force. Lauren Cohan as Maggie. When Maggie exited the show in the same season that Rick Grimes was whisked away in a helicopter, fans were afraid they wouldn't see her again.
Probably good that we didn't have a big cry, goodbye with you because
Because I came back.
Thankfully, Lauren returned as a new version of her character, one that has been shaped and changed by her experiences. Cohan is thrilled by how interesting Maggie's journey has been throughout the series. Even though she saw so much horror, she fortified herself and became a leader. However, she never forgave Negan, and we're eager to see just how far her anger will take her. And the cool thing about it is that Lauren herself doesn't know where it might go. Before the filming began, she had a talk with the show's director, but just couldn't grasp all the details.
It was so detailed, I didn't remember everything. So I still, blessedly, only really know in detail kind of the next 5 episodes of what happens, which is probably healthy.
Last year, Cohan revealed that she wanted the show to end with a 40-year time jump. She thought it would be really fun if it showcased the future of the characters, while still being cryptic enough to leave fans wondering about their fates. Well, let's just wait and see if that's what's gonna happen. Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Negan. Though it will also be hard for Jeffrey to say goodbye to Negan, the actor revealed that he hasn't even started that process yet. The supersized season 11 won't finish airing until 2022, so he thinks it's important to keep the emotions in check. "We have a couple of cast members who I think have cried during every interview," he shared, "so I'm trying to pace myself emotionally." But it doesn't mean that he wasn't shocked by the news about the show's ending. Morgan explained that it was a complete surprise not only to him and the rest of the actors, but to everybody involved in the show. It came from nowhere. It took everybody by surprise, so it was a massive pivot. Despite this disappointment, Jeffrey is sure that the finale is gonna be just awesome.
phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
So far, Negan's story was getting more and more interesting with each season. Since the beginning, Morgan has expressed interest in going deeper into his character's origins. This backstory was finally introduced during the bonus Bridge episodes between seasons 10 and 11. And it was doubly important for both the actor and fans, since Jeffrey's real-life wife, Hilary Burton, was cast to portray Negan's wife, Lucille. It was a unique opportunity for the two, because it's the first time they've ever acted together. And it was also the first time they were away from their kids. It was the first time we had been alone, revealed Morgan, so we treated it like a date. It was great. We had so much fun. But right now, he's in the middle of filming the episodes where Negan's fate depends on whether Maggie is really gonna get her revenge or not. Before we move on, did you know which character Jeffrey would want to play if he had a choice?
I'm gonna go Eugene. He makes me laugh so much.
So let's learn how this actor feels about the show's finale. Josh McDermitt as Eugene. It seems like Josh was the only one who was genuinely unsuspecting when he got the pretty normal phone call from Angela Kang. And even when she said she was patching in another showrunner, Scott Gimple, he didn't think anything unusual was going on. Josh has been on the show for 8 years, so this series has definitely been a big part of his career. Of the show's ending, McDermitt said he decided to take it from Michael Cudlitz, who played his pal Abraham. Michael has gone on to other projects and even directed one of the episodes of The Walking Dead. I'm excited for what's next, and at the same time, I'm just sad, shared Josh. It's not easy to hear that you're losing your job, even if you're ready to move on. Thankfully, he and the rest of the cast still have time to process everything, because currently, they are nowhere near the end of the season, and it makes the eventual goodbye a little less bitter. Our next star has even more reasons not to be afraid of the show's end. Melissa McBride as Carol. She is the second of the 2 remaining original characters on the long-running show. Carol's exceptional bond with Daryl and their intriguing fondness for one another is definitely one of the reasons for the popularity of The Walking Dead. In real life, Melissa and Norman Reedus have also become close friends. They even traveled to Scotland together to trace the footsteps of McBride's long-lost relatives. Melissa shared that she never imagined she would take such a trip on a motorbike, and it turned out to be an incredible experience. It was so much fun to share this with Norman. Him providing that opportunity to me is something I will never forget. So when it came to the news about the show's finale, McBride's reaction was not surprising. She was totally stunned and completely blacked the news out for some time. And even while season 11 is being filmed, Melissa still finds it difficult to think about. It's probably because the actress is getting ready for a spin-off. However, she claims she doesn't know anything about it yet.
So I'm just so curious about, where is 11 going with Daryl and Carol to lead them to get them into spin-off world.
But McBride definitely enjoys the legacy Carol and Daryl will leave behind as abuse survivors. Over the years, fans have reached out to both McBride and Reedus to share how their characters' journeys gave them strength and helped them through tough times. The idea of finding your tribe and working together to overcome obstacles has been a huge part of The Walking Dead, and we at OSSA hope that it will continue in their own show. Now, we can't help mentioning another original cast member. He's already left the show, but we could never quite deal with his exit. Andrew Lincoln as Rick. When Andrew called it quits, it was a hard blow for his fans and co-stars, but they all understood the reasons behind his decision. The filming for the show takes place in Georgia, while his family resides in London, so it was difficult for the actor, especially when his 2 children were very young. Fortunately, Rick is still alive in the Walking Dead universe, and we can't wait to hear news about Grimes' own movie. Earlier this year, Andrew said he expected to be filming by spring, even with the global pandemic still hanging around. At the first available opportunity, we're gonna go into production, he revealed. I can't wait to get those cowboy boots. However, the show's executive producer, Greg Nicotero, has given an update. He explained that although it's taking a little longer than expected, the movie project is still in the cards. I've read a variety of drafts of the scripts over the last few months. They're really making sure that they get it right. But is there a chance we will see Rick in The Walking Dead final season? It's tough to say for sure, but Norman Reedus revealed that he asked Andrew to return. And although Lincoln didn't say yes, Reedus is still optimistic. I have no idea. I wish I knew, and I have a big mouth, so they probably wouldn't tell me. So let's keep the faith and watch the 11th season.
And I hope you enjoy the rest of the season. It's a big one. And thank you for being such cool fans and people all these years.
And while you're here, check out our video about the relationships the cast of The Walking Dead have in real life. Stay awesome.